Who knows? Anyway, just a quick 2-hour shift. Then it's 5 hours of the great Peter Svidler. Should he survive all these 5 hours? And then I'm back to my favorite activity, the night shift. The graveyard shift from 10 till 6. That's gonna be fun. Not. So let's crush somebody. I played terribly last night. I think poor Banterthon's rating is pretty messed up. And I feel bad about it. What happened to the design? Someone changed it? I like mine better, but what are you gonna do? I'll live with it. Can you guys hear me, see me, and all that stuff? Yeah, I think the echo should be gone by now. The speakers were just on, which I wasn't aware of. So let's play against Nippon Kakar. Bring the knights out. Knights before bishops. That's what I was taught. G6 is a good move. What will I do? Let's go for some Marochi structure. Somehow I have this very strong urge to put my bishop on G2 these days. I didn't have that as a younger man. But times change and looks like the Marochi it is again. Knight C2, I've played this before. I like keeping 4 sets of minor pieces on the board because like that you could argue that black doesn't have quite enough space for all his pieces. This is the position where everybody in the world plays bishop e6, but the theory books only cover knight d7. It's always very confusing. a6, I never know where to put this bishop. Here? Why not here? Sometimes I put it on d2 in order to go. I don't know, rook c1, b4. My bishop e3 feels a little more natural, especially now that he's played a6. Normally black is not quite in time to prepare b5 in these positions, so I just want to stabilize for now. Go rook c1, b3, f3, queen d2. Take it from there. What happened to my tie? I own more than one tie, believe it or not, but they're a little constraining. Is that a word? When playing Blitz, so I've been going tieless for a while, but maybe tonight. Tonight I might bring out the ties again. We shall see. So ever since I came back from Thailand, I stopped wearing ties, which is weird. Gotta think about that. Nippon Kakar can't make up his mind. Should I play for b5? Should I get my pieces out? Should I wait and see? So many choices. For now he wants to take my c-pawn. That I do not want to happen. Some chess advice here from Samuel P. 2004. Sorry, Samuel, I don't think that's very good advice. A3, then b4, and you gain space on the queen side. You can then fianchetto your dark square bishop. Yeah, but not on this line. Just woke up a little. How long did I sleep? Like 6 hours maybe? So I should be good for 2. But tonight, the going will get tough again. Nippon is trying to get back on track by preparing b5. I ain't that worried. Somehow, yeah, maybe I should have been a little more worried, but I thought I was still in control here, even after he got his b5 in. Not sure, maybe it was worth taking a timeout and going, let's say, knight to d4 or a4, a move earlier. A lot of chatter here, what's going on? Oops, you guys should not be able to see that. As for the game, let's see what I do. Still not really feeling it. How can I get that mojo? Knight a6 looks a bit nutty. You know what, I'll take. But I don't like how I'm playing. Why am I so weak? What happened? Where did the mojo go? Nippon Kakar has been playing well. I have, been praising my position, as I tend to do, against the Morochi, then misplaying it. It's a bit of a trend developing there. Not a good one. Very confused about all my windows. Samuel P 2004 keeps giving some strategy advice here, much appreciated. You push your h-pawn forward and then attack with your dark square bishop. Not so sure, Samuel. I don't think we're on the same page when it comes to interpreting the Morochi, but I'm always glad to get some advice, so thanks for that. So I push my h-pawn forward, so I'll push forward one square in order to push my f-pawn forward as well, because I don't want to be dealing with f4, knight g4. Or talk. Rook fc8. Yeah, I want to go f4, so I shall do that. Take. Think I can take. Yes, he can do that, but I'm not giving this pawn back. Looks like he's very dedicated to get a pawn back. Might have to change my mind and let him have it, and then push my b pawn. Yeah, that queen. This move is dumb though. Let's go here. Takes. Run, Boris. Boris the b pawn. Sam says, at least he's talking to me. No need to always disagree. I was trying to be friendly, but yeah. Thanks for the talking and the advice. Poor Banterthon, 2665 is really not where he should be at. Looks like Pepe had a rough time at the office too. But isn't that the beauty of chess, Samuel P? That in chess discourse one can have different opinions. We never know who is right. I have a theory who's right, but anyway, what else is going on? Boris got the job done, so Nippon Kakar resigned. Some people want to play me. That's what I'm assuming people want to do. Then again, probably what you really want to do is play Peter Svidler, who's going to be doing 5 hours if he doesn't collapse. I kind of slipped that 5-hour thing by him. So, not quite sure how happy he's going to be about it. But I'm glad we still got action here. And I'll play Super Fishy. Number 24. He goes e4. I'm out of book. What do people do against e4? c5 looks good. e4, c5, knight f3. Probably d6. And it seems like we're getting an open Sicilian. With queen takes d4, you can do all kinds of things against queen takes d4. I In general, quite like the system with knight c6, bishop b5, but a6 is also very logical, stopping a bishop from coming to b5, and then treat it like, I don't even know how to treat it, like it's a normal position. I guess e6 is more like it. Not g6, because he can go bishop h6 in one go, or can go bishop h6 quite quickly. Not sure what's theory. I guess bishop g4 or e6 are more common moves. But how bad can this be? Let's bring the queen out. The thing is, I don't really want to go bishop g7 yet, because bishop h6 forces me to exchange my lovely dragon bishop. It could be a loss of a tempo. So I'm playing some other moves, biding some time here. Before I do that, now knight d5 is a move when I probably have to take, and I'm not sure how much I like my position. Knight d4 I should be okay with. This I can take, and then go bishop g7, when I should be up some tempi compared to regular dragon positions, because yeah, he spent some time with queen takes d4, queen back to d2, then knight d4, and all that stuff. Yeah, this seems, if I don't keep blundering knight d5, which I kind of am, it's pathetic. Didn't I mention it like three seconds ago, that knight d5 was prom? Okay. Now it's a bit off the table. It's still possible, but it doesn't pose me any problems anymore. Whenever white goes king b1, you gotta watch out for knight d5 in these positions, because then after queen takes d2, there is a Zwischenschach on e7 or on f6. And I'm quite familiar with that theme, but still managed to forget about it there for a move. Looks like he's dedicated to checkmating me though, which should be harder to do, because I think the tempi race is in my favor here. I'm not sure how exactly this position compares to theoretical dragon positions, but I have a feeling I should be a tempo or two up. Now he goes knight d5, which is probably a decent decision. Point is, after rook fc8, now knight e7 is no longer good, because you go king f8 and then king takes f6. This, of course, is very possible, and we get, I would guess, roughly equal endgame. Not sure how to arrange my rook c5 followed by rook c8 also came into consideration. I wanted to keep the option of going a5, b4. But what to do? Yeah. Not sure how I'm supposed to play this. I was intending to play a5, but I don't really see any inroads there. Don't know what to do. I'll put the pieces here. Looking for a plan. Thing is, white has a bunch of useful half-waiting moves like bishop d3, king b2. Well, it's not obvious to me how I should proceed. Guess I'll make a couple half-waiting moves too and see where that takes us. Yeah, all this kingside activity I'm not that worried about. You know what? Let's spice it up a little and try to self-mate, bringing my king to e5 or f4 even. g4, open the way to this f4 square. So, a bit tempted. Of course, this might be suicide, but it might not be. I gotta take some care that I don't get mated in some line with f4 check, king f4, whatever, e5 check, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of room on all these squares. Rook d2 allows a little trick, and I do like little tricks. Now I'm up a pawn, And my king is fairly active, so this should be winning. It was b4. I was expecting a4, but I don't think either of those would have changed things. The pawn endgame is winning, so I can go bishop c4. And if he has to go bishop d1, then yeah. It's a bit of a sad sight. Still gotta get the job done. First, let's put my king deeper into the heart of his position. And now the f3 pawn is, I guess, becoming a little weak. It's gonna go g5, but that's sort of, it's winning, but it's still the only way you can lose such a position. To go g5 and then h6, bishop c2, bishop h7. Well, here, if I just take things, the game is over. Therefore, let's do that. Let's not allow this pawn to queen. So I should recapture. And I wouldn't be surprised if Super Fishy threw in the towel. Nah, he's gonna stick around a bit. And why not? Can't decide. King f4 and taking the pawn is of course fine. Looks like my indecisiveness gave him some counterplay. That's what I get for claiming I wouldn't be surprised if he resigned. I instantly blunder most of my pawns and all of a sudden I'm in a race. That really was not the plan at all. Gotta focus. I hope I'm still winning, but seriously. No need for such adventures that early in the morning. Looks like I'm still in time. Or like my g-pawn is still in time. But as mentioned, not exactly stellar technique. Still, this is not a fair race, looks like. Someone brought Ferrari to this race, and therefore Super Fishy, he lost some time, is done. Good game though. Let's play, whom do we play? Viringa. You're not around, Viringa? Looks like he is not around. Countdown it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abort. Sorry. What about... What did I click on? I thought I clicked on Mr. Abling. Yeah, here we go. 2455. No profile picture. Bunch of ace. That a Danish guy? I don't know. Goes knight f3. You know what? Let's play c5. I normally play d5. But c5 can't be too bad. He's not revealing his hand if he wants to play with c4 or with e4. There we go. He wants to play with e4. And why not? Many plans here. I think I'll go with this e5 97 setup. You could make an argument for many other things. e6 97, knight f6, castles, rook b8, and so on. But this setup can't be too bad. Like, the romantic notion is that after castles you can get f5 in more quickly, even though that doesn't happen all that often, and I'm not sure how great it is. but it's certainly a possibility. I don't know what he's up to, maybe queen c1, but I'm not sure how great an idea that is between you and me. Because this bishop after e5 is not such a powerhouse. So I don't mind exchanging it, and I will prepare for that eventuality. Maybe he's changed his mind and now he wants to go f4. But then queen c1 doesn't fit into the scheme so well. In fact, after f4, b5. I'm already threatening b4, and if this knight moves, there's a knight fork on e2. So the opening has gone all right, I would say. And yeah, the queen returns to d1 indeed, anticipating events to come. e5, knight e2, fair enough. What to do? Gave me like a tempo and a half with this queen c1, even though f6 is not useful in all the lines, so should be doing all right. But I'm at a loss for plans. Bunch of options, but none I fancy. This is a position where probably someone with deeper chess understanding would have known what to do instantly, but I honestly wasn't sure. I'm not concerned about getting checkmated, but that's probably more of a problem of mine than a feature of the position. But yeah, this attack looks like it's not really going anywhere. But of course I gotta keep an eye out for f5 or fe5, all kinds of things. Well, I'm trying to drum up a bit of counterplay on the other side of the board. I feel like with this piece is so far away now, I can get away with bishop e6. He's gonna go f5, but yes, since the queen went away, I don't think this is that scary. And the bishop on e6 seemed well positioned because I might be able to do some pawn grabbing. Here, how greedy do I want to be? Quite greedy. No surprises there. Point is, rook takes b1, of course, is not very desirable strategically, but if I don't exchange, then he could take on b8 and take on g6. So I erred on the side of greed, as I tend to. Rook f7 here is... that's a bit annoying. I was playing rook f7, but then he has rook b2 hitting my bishop, and once again g6 is hanging. So how greedy can I be? Bishop f7, rook c7. Nah, maybe I overdid it a bit. That's a pity. Might have to give my hard-earned pawn back. Not my favorite activity. Go away, you scare me. Yeah, I haven't played this. I was gonna say perfectly, but even well, I don't need perfectly. I would take well. Knight f5. Okay, time to be generous. A complete change of pace. I'm offering him to take a pawn. Probably first time I'm ever doing this. Outside of like theoretical lines. But he keeps playing well, keeps playing actively. Still give him that pawn? Not sure how many pawns I can give him with clear conscience. So let's calculate. a3, rook c6, rook a7, bishop c1. Not easy. Don't know what to do. Guess I gotta put my hopes. But that was the move I didn't want to do because of rook a6. That's what happens when you think for a long time. You often play the dumbest moves. That was totally ridiculous. Now I might be in real big trouble. That was totally pathetic. Oh boy, really playing badly. Okay, enough self-loathing. Let's try to fight. I don't even know how to fight here anymore, frankly. No, I'm just dead lost. And yeah, to ruin that position within like 3 moves is really quite an accomplishment. And bishop 8, rook h4. When it rains, it pours. He does take. He missed that one, but he's still winning. Yeah, bishop d5 gets the job done as well. This is just sad. This is really just pathetic. I'm gonna resign and kick myself for a while. Good game, Abling, but I'm really playing terribly. What's going on? Come on, yeah, focus. These things shouldn't happen. I need to give myself a pep talk. That's even more sad. Let's find someone where I can restore my self-confidence. Nah, I'm steaming, so I'm gonna keep playing the strongest guys I can find. This is gonna get ugly for poor Banterthon. Maybe Banterthon is a 2600 Blitz player on chess24. It's strange though, like Pepe is normally much higher rated, I'm normally much higher rated, but combined we just can't get poor Banty going. I'm playing against Shellingfort, and it looks like we are playing the good old Juco piano. Who does not enjoy a good old Jocko? I never know how it's pronounced. Juco, Jocko, Giotto. I do enjoy my Giottos. Good old Juco piano. I believe this is the game. Anangiri. I could be wrong though. Probably wrong. I think Vichy started with knight a3 and then knight e7. It was bishop g5. So I just blitzed it out because I thought I was following Giri, insanely allowing him to ruin my position with bishop takes f6. But things shouldn't be that clear even after that. Rook e1. Hang on. I think now I can go here. Normally after knight g6, the move you're worried about is knight to h4. But in this position I had the feeling that I can't even play knight h4, h6, knight g6, fg, and I might be okay. Maybe not. Knight h4 you can also take, but that's the typical stuff. Of course d4 is also textbook play, but now yeah, he doesn't have anything better than bishop e3, and this bishop g5 adventure has not really achieved all that much, I would say. Sorry. Trying to calculate if de5 is a threat, if I should throw in some knight g4. Well, I can just castle and then de knight e5 and then get, or de bishop e3, ef. Calculating very slowly. Nah, I want to keep some more pieces on the board. This might not be best objectively, but I didn't feel like massive simplifications just yet. Here we go. This rook on a7 normally looks a bit silly, but it tends to be temporary. And I'll see, I got my knight to g6 already, so that's always a big achievement from the black side. Therefore, yeah, I don't think I'm having any particular problems here. Don't think I'm better either, of course, but maybe I should have gone a5. Yeah, maybe I should have. I'll just develop some pieces. I don't want to exchange things. Probably bishop e6 is best objectively, but since I'm steaming, I'm trying to keep some more resources on the board to get this game going. Not sure if knight f4 is ever a good idea. Now, a typical maneuver is knight h7, knight g5. Not sure what I'm doing. Like, I'm second guessing everything I've ever known around here. But bishop g4 I will do. Time to move forward a little bit. Now I generated some activity, and white has to be a bit careful. Nothing too serious, but a little unpleasant maybe. I guess he has to take and go bishop d1 when not sure I have a great follow-up, but it does look passive, so something good should happen. Not sure. Shellingfort sank into thought. C4. I'll play. Keep it simple. Not sure this is best, but at least it forces him to go gf. Because queen f3, I have rook d1 and rook d8, bishop e2. I'm up a piece. Still far from winning, but you know what? Chipping away. More activity. Now this is a bit of a threat. Knight g3, queen c1 check also looked unpleasant. So it looks like I might win a chess game. Very excited about that. Glorious victory. Thanks Shellingfort. Still steaming though. Play Kanute. Interesting username. Where's he from? Doesn't say. Let's play d4. Good old Nimzo Indian. Haven't had a Nimzo Indian for a while. But I did do this queen c2 repertoire and I played queen c2 a lot. It looks like he's a disciple of the great Paco Vallejo who recommended this move for b6. Playable move. Now you gotta go c5. And things aren't so easy for white, surprisingly. Because it looks kind of like things should be good. But it is not so easy. Let's see. There he goes. e5. I believe actually d5 might be the best move, but I keep changing my mind. So this time around I'm gonna go for e5. See how it goes. a3 here. Strangely enough, the best black can do is bishop c3, bc, knight g8. But after cd4, even though the position looks very nice for white, it's actually not that clear, because black can easily organize counterplay against the white center. And Kanute is having some trouble recalling Vallejo's lines, but he's doing all the right moves, so kudos to him. Yeah, I'm not sure if we start with bishop b7 or with, what was it, knight e7. Queen d3 looks very artificial, but I believe that's the move the computer wants in order to prepare knight to f3. d5 is legal, slightly surprised by it, but I'm not sure there's any problem with it. Probably not. Still, d5 feels a little provocative, so I'll try to exploit that by going after his kingside, leading to a very double-edged position, which I'm not sure how it is to be evaluated, but it looked like interesting or whatever. Maybe this is all still Paco's deep analysis. Don't know what to do. Knight f3, bishop e3. I feel like I can't give him that pawn without a fight, at least. Bishop g2 is possible, when I would probably take and play queen e4. Rook g2 looks like it's not possible yet, somehow. Not quite sure why, but maybe just bishop c4. Or, yeah, he goes bishop g2. From afar, I actually thought queen e4 was picking up material, but there is queen d5, so it really doesn't. That endgame, how is that endgame? It's not clear. So do I have to do that? Nah, let's keep the queens on the board. It's a bit more risky. But queen e4, queen d5. Looks like it helps my opponent develop too much. Now my greedy instincts are taking over again. I want to go knight g3 and trap that rook. But I'm not very developed. I'll still do it. Let's see what happens. Promise he probably shouldn't take, but play queen d5 instead when the position becomes a mess. At queen d5 I have queen h8. Very complicated. Here we go. I have no idea what's going on, but I, of course, cannot resist grabbing this rook. Rook takes g3 is gonna happen. And I was intending to do something like long castles. Or give a check first. If it's a total mess. I might not be doing all that well. Here we go. Very strange position. I have a bad feeling about it. Probably rightly so. But what to do? Gotta keep chipping away. Rook g8, I feel it was a little slow. He must have had more active options. I don't know, c3, and my king felt very, very exposed. Well, now my king still feels very, very exposed, but at least one attacker is gone. But yeah. Still an issue, I'll admit that much. Of course, I don't want to draw, so I have to think of something. But these knights are doing an excellent job defending their king. Like, I can't give a lot of checks. I can go queen a8, queen b7, and I'll do it once. But it's not a lot of progress there. Well, my poor king is in a world of hurt. Poor, poor king. Kanute lost on time. I don't know what the position is like, but probably he can just pick up my rooks. Probably he's just winning. Yeah, another good game by him, and the search for mojo continues. Where's the mojo at? Let's play a RealPutzer to find it back. That was not meant as an offense, it's just his username. Maybe RealPutzer is not around. Nope, looks like we don't have a Putzer around here. So I'm gonna find someone else. Mario. Good old Slav. Oh, good old Queen's Gambit accepted. I feel like 3-4 is the best move, but I grew up playing this knight f3, e3, so I'm a bit more comfortable with this stuff. Sorry. This bishop g4 lines I've never really studied. I think they're just supposed to be a bit better for white, but I do not know any theory here, which is a pity. So I'll get some pieces out. That's generally pretty decent strategy. I think there's some sharp lines with e4 followed by g4. Is that theory? I don't know. I wish I knew. Bishop b4. Ah, yeah, this stuff I've seen. I'll play it very humbly. Go bishop e2 so I can go queen b3 without him taking on f3, spoiling my structure. And I think I've seen this position once. There goes something with castles and c5 and whatnot. But white should be a little better if I can grab this bishop. Yeah, looks like Pepper also had a rough time. So did I. Really, Banterthon is getting crushed this session. 2-6-62. It's not where the rating should be at. And we will do better. First of all, we brought in the big guns. Peter Svidler is gonna play this account up a bit. And I have a feeling we should be able to finish at least as 2800. 2662 is really not where it should be. But for now, I'm playing like 2300, like in chess 24 ratings, of course. Real life ratings are a little different, so I'm playing weaker than 2300 real life, is what I'm trying to say. And people are doing well. A3 should go CD4 win the position. I think is very close to equality after A, B, D, C, B, C. Black is quite active. Bishop C3, of course, also legal. Then B takes C3. I slightly prefer white because of the bishops and the more pawns in the center, but it's also a pretty playable position for black. He went for CD. This stuff, yeah, looks fine, frankly. 95. And yeah, thanks Shellingfort for allowing me to win one game, but still not playing good chess, to put it mildly. Queen c7 is also fine. Still concerned about knight e5, so this is very artificial. Then just b6. Nah, doesn't make sense. Why can't I at least post some opening prompts? I used to be able to do that, but this time around, nothing going my way. So yeah, get ready for 8 hours of self-loathing, self-pitying, whining, claiming sleep deprivation. A lot of fun things tonight while I keep playing horrible chess. It's weird with chess, like this mojo is a fragile thing. It's not like I'm making completely different moves, but sometimes they come easy and people collapse, and sometimes there's nothing you can do. So yeah, we started the whining already. Getting some advice to keep it easy. At least I have the two bishops. Maybe it's time for some more optimistic, some positive thinking. Not my favorite activity, but even I'm getting sick of listening to myself whine. This can't be so bad. Let's take this guy and then try to create some space for my other bishop. It's not a pre-move, bishop f3, because who knows, he could be going knight e4. Well, it would be a bad move because of queen g7 checkmate, but it certainly could happen, and then I would regret my bishop f3 pre-move. As for the position, honestly, I think I'm a little better because the two bishops are stronger than the two knights here. Well, my king is a little vulnerable, so I gotta pay attention for sure. The knight has a decent square on c5, but still, the two bishops, even if the one knight has an outpost, they should have their say. And since my king is a bit weak, I believe it's a good idea to exchange queens. The endgame where I control the d-file and my bishops are roaming. Bishops are roaming? Not sure if that makes any sense. Anyway, the endgame should be a little better for me, is what I'm trying to say. Looks like I have tricks, which I enjoy. So let's take a pawn. Fate. Tempted to go bishop d6, but then knight takes b7, bishop f8, knight f8. I guess that's winning. Not sure I want to do it though. It's my thinking face again. You know what, let's do it. Let's spice it up a little. Like, I can just play bishop c6 with probably a winning position, but I was a bit curious how this stuff is, like how winning it is. General, a rook does quite well against a bunch of knights if the knights aren't very coordinated. And I was hoping that was the case here. Trying to figure out which pass pawn. I want to keep the c pawn or the b pawn. Really doesn't matter. Because yeah, you can see this knight struggles to enter the game because there's always the back rank to protect. And, but I'm playing very badly. That is a bit of a problem. My only weakness is that I'm a terrible player. I was playing rook b8, but knight d7 would be a rude awakening, so I'm gonna have to recruit my king to join the proceedings. Sorry, Your Majesty, that I had to bother you with this nonsense, but I can't get the job done all by myself. Where do we go? Here, I guess here. Run! Story of the day, I really can't play. Good job, Mario. Oh boy. You know what? What is wrong? I got sleep. I'm good. I'm not even in a bad mood. Looks like he has a plan. Exciting game. Oh man, that's just bad. Poor Banterthon. He might finish this session as a 1900 player because I keep dragging him down. I don't know how to turn it around. Like Squallo. Let's see what I can do against Squallo. Okay, I'll focus. Probably focus is the idea. Maybe it's the username change. I gotta play as Jan. People are more scared of Jan than of Banterthon. This is all theory. Slightly better for white. Yada, yada, yada. What did I do here? E4 or bishop somewhere first? E4 looks logical to create a square for my queen on c2 or e2. Not sure if he wants to take. On c3, but I'm concerned enough about it that I won't allow it. Not having any of it. Another Marocci-esque structure where I always claim a white advantage and then I misplay them horribly and end up being worse. So we can look forward to that. This time I'm not even claiming a white advantage. Just, you know, playing it safe. White is better though. But that's just between you and me. Can't decide if I want to go f4 or not. In general, I'm very reluctant to weaken my king like this, but here it kind of felt justified to be able to bother this knight with f5 or even e5 at any given Sunday. So, rook e8, where does he want to go? It's so anti-positional f5. It hurts my sense of aesthetics a little bit. Could also just go e5. That's more positional. Also very slow after all this blundering I've been doing. Confidence has been shot. And I think about f5 or e5, so what do I end up doing? h4. Why not h4? What does he want to do? Rook c6? Don't care. I'm playing horrible, horrible chess, boys and girls. There's nothing to learn here, nothing to see. Go get some sleep. Rook e6, queen b7, bishop g3, and I'm probably in trouble again, even though the position is not that clear. We'll see how it all plays out. Because I'm attacking this rook and this knight, so maybe things will work out. But if they do, it's dumb luck. This, yeah, is me steaming. Rook c3, I can take though. What does he want? I don't know, I'll find out. He wants to keep the queens on and checkmate me, which is a very valid idea. Hope it won't materialize. I wouldn't be too surprised if it did. I'd be sad, but not surprised. Always important to repeat moves once. Looks like he's getting used to it. I'm expecting a mate in one to happen somewhere. Like here, queen e7, queen h2 check. But no. Must fight the urge to self-mate. Not sure how much longer I can fight it. Okay, that's good news, but he was running low on time. Exciting game against Squallo. Let's play the SMT. Go d4 again. I'm even getting white every game. I can't even complain about my horrible luck of always being black. There is the SMT. Plays a Grunfeld. Do I have any repertoire against the Grunfeld at this point in time? I don't think so, so I'm reduced to my little trick lines like queen a4 check. This is a line I've started playing when I was 17 and I haven't really learned anything since. It's not a good line. Bishop d7, queen b3, dc, queen c4, castles, and black is absolutely fine. But, as they say, very hard to learn stuff as you grow old like me, so I'm sticking with my childhood lines, even though I know they're crap. This is a decent version. Now we have a Grunfeld where my queen is on a4 as opposed to d1 in a theoretical position, and that has some advantages because here white is in time to stabilize his center with bishop e3 and rook to d1, which he wouldn't be if the queen were still on d1. Then rook fd1 would not be a legal move here. So this should be a little better for white. But of course, nothing too dramatic has happened. Still, this is what you're dreaming of when you're playing this line. a6 looks like he wants to go b5. Not sure if I should encourage that or stop it. Let me think. Can go d5, I guess. Bishop a1, dc6, d5, knight e5. Do I want that? Not sure. So rook c1, b5, c2, bishop f3, bishop f3, knight d4. Also not so clear. Interesting. What am I supposed to do? Panic? Now I'm better, but I don't know what to do. Story of my life. Must be some trick. Really can't figure it out. This is pathetic. Had to be something better than this, but I couldn't work it out. Now 95 is a decent move. Bishop a1, dc seems to work for me. But 95. And this situation over here is a little unpleasant. Not too bad, but a little unpleasant. I'm still wondering what I missed. He goes b5 first. Not sure where to put this. Maybe I can put it here now, right? Because now 95 I can take without structural damage being done to me. Well, bishop a1, dc6 still seems to work. Of course you can, if you're really greedy, you can go knight b4, queen d2, bishop a1, but I don't think that's such a great idea. Here I'll voluntarily compromise my pawn structure in order not to allow knight c4, because that would bother me. And honestly, to show you where my head's at, I was intending to play queen c8, but now I'm realizing that might not be the greatest of ideas either. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I think of this position. Still not 100% sure. My king side is a little weakened, but so is his queen side. If I manage to stabilize, I should have a pretty decent position. The question is, will I manage to stabilize? Guess we'll find out. I keep playing badly though, that's really the main concern here. That my moves just aren't very good. No, yeah, this is equal. So sad how I'm playing. Very upsetting. Not a lot of progress to be made here, as much as I would like to. There's just not a lot to do. Oh, you can always blunder g5, of course. Can't count. I gotta speed up. We both gotta speed up, I guess. won on time, but kudos to the SMT who outplayed me throughout most of the game. He's probably winning in the final position. So another glorious victory by yours truly. Who do we play next? What about QGG number 100? Yeah, I'm not in my best shape. I'm probably getting too old for these Banterthons. What to do? Life goes on. Life goes on tonight actually when I'm playing 8 more hours of this. What have I done? Poor Banterthon. I really wish he had a future, a career, learned something about chess theory. But looks like he's not gonna be entitled to that privilege. Once again, it's a mojo situation. What is this? I don't know. Let's put the knight here. I don't want him to kick it away with b5, so I'll take measures against it. No, Mr. Knighty Knight is a little more stable. On c4. Of course, greedy QGG goes after my poor a5 pawn instantly. Can't blame him, but I don't like giving pawns, so I'll try to keep it. That's a surprise. Bishop c4 does not strike me as a sound idea positionally. Giving me the 2 bishops, giving me this diagonal, which is a very nice diagonal. Very nice. Should end up with QGG. Does he have a duck somewhere? I'm thinking of him as a duck. Ah yeah, it's because he has Donald Duck as his profile picture. It should end up with him being in trouble. He's going for f5, but I will survive. Even though, you never know. What time is it? Still an hour to play? Feels like I've already been playing like 15 hours this very session. But it's only been 1. This game, yeah, I've got a good position positionally, but I'm sure I'll find a way to mess it up. That's where my head is at. I don't deal very well with adversity. Like one mistake and I'm steaming for like the next 15 hours. It's not like I get over it. It's not like a shooter in basketball where you see the ball going through the net and you're back. For me, it's like, nah. Deeply immersed in my own head for the next 18 hours. I'm gonna win this game, which is a big surprise to everyone involved. But thanks QGG for trying to help me to get back on track. But it's not gonna happen. Resign. I'm not in a position to call for people to resign. I don't think I've ever resigned any of these horrible positions I've had all day. But there is problems. This is hanging and this is hanging and I'm already things up. So it's gonna be very hard to prolong this game. Except by if you don't move at all, that does prolong it. All right. Rook rook is a rook, but I do not blame QGG for not trusting me to finish this one off, because I haven't done anything today to earn that trust. Oh, he does believe it. Thanks for the game, QGG 100. Let's play against Serhat Salman. Let's drag him into my world with boring stuff. Knight f3, c4, g3, all the good stuff. Nah, I'll play d4. This is still my favorite move. I sometimes go knight c3 or g3 here. The problem is if he goes g6, somehow I get this position every game today, and I'm sick of it myself. But somehow online everybody goes either e5 or g6. I believe e6 or knight c6 are both superior moves, but that's what people do on the internets. Maybe it's a little easier to play this g6, bishop g7 stuff. Anyway, it's a position we've seen before, which, as mentioned, people don't play this all that much at the highest levels, even though sometimes there is a bit of a trend here to play. Knight c6, castles, queen a5. That is a line that has been catching a bit of speed. People have been doing that in order to put the queen on h5 very quickly. a6 is generally considered to be, I'm not sure if c5 was necessary immediately, but it's considered to be a bit inaccurate because you're gonna struggle to develop your queenside after c5. There might be some tactics with knight d4 followed by d6, but even those I'm not quite sure if you're in time to get all the pieces out. We'll find out. Queen c7. Not sure about this move, because, as usual, I blundered. And really, I can't make a move without blundering. I missed queen e5. I don't think it's too bad. Bishop e3 or maybe even knight f3, but I really cannot make a single move without missing something. It's getting sad. Really, really sad. Guess I have to give up this bishop. Oh boy. I've had bad sessions before, but really, like, it looks like someone brainwashed me overnight and replaced me but with a, what's a fair estimate? Without offending anybody, let's say I think a 2250 player. I still do have that level in spite of all my blunders. But it's honestly very sad what I'm doing. Trying to figure out how to do this. My position itself is not that bad. In spite of all my whining, I should still be doing all right. It's just, yeah, I have a feeling I can't make a move. Rook c1, I'm anticipating knight b3, queen b3, queen c5. When I was hoping that either knight d5 or knight e4 would get me a good position, but that might be optimistic too. It is a pawn after all. We'll find out. You know what? I'm gonna get out of my own head and just win this game now. Less whining, more making moves. Want to go rook b1, but then bishop a3 bothered me slightly, so I went with this. And the initial problem, in spite of all my horrible plays since then, that his bishop on c8 has a hard time entering the game, still remains. Now, maybe it's tempting to go d6, cd bishop f5, but I thought after e4, I should still be better there. No, maybe I should start with e4, just to not allow it. I also have takes on rook b6, that might be even easier. Alright. Now I can just take this dude. I'm planning to send some reinforcements, that's why I went f4 in order to go e4, e5. When the end is near. How to finish this off? Could give a little check. g4 kind of undermines his counterplay. Really want to checkmate him, but it looks like it's not quite checkmate yet. Okay, I should stop fooling around. Why not do this precisely? Serhat resigns. That's not a very pleasant situation, dealing with these passed pawns. And b7 dropping. Good game. A lot of speculation, like who kidnapped my brain? I don't know either. But trust me, I'm trying to play. See, the trying is already the problem. Don't try, just do. There is no try. Let's crush Euros 01. 0-1, I think it's Euros 0-1, from the Netherlands. Looks like Euros is not around. Nowhere to be found. Sorry, Mr. Euros. Then let's keep it easy. Maybe easy's gone too. You know what? Easy, if you're not here, I'm going on break. Telling you right now. He's not around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abort. I warned you. Now I'm gonna switch to new means of finding my brain back. I'll be back in a couple minutes to wrap this show up, and then you wanna stay tuned, or you wanna wake up, probably, in order to watch Peter Svidler, who's gonna be losing his mind playing a very long 5-hour session of Blunder Blitz, following my footsteps. Thanks for watching, see you soon. Welcome back, boys and girls. I figured out what's wrong. I need to wear a tie, because if I don't, then when I'm not strangling myself, I think there's too much blood flow to the rest of my body. I need to keep it all in my head. I need to keep this very tight so all the blood remains in my head. So now that I've made this adjustment, get ready for lots of crushing. And we're gonna start with BrainySmurf. A lot of very strong players out there. Let's crush the BrainySmurf. Good old knight f3. I don't know, I've been a d4 player all my life, but recently my reflex is to put the knight on f3, which leads to tons of these slightly boring Marochi positions, which we've seen plenty throughout the session. Because, as we've seen, people online, they all do the same stuff. They play knight f6, c5, go g6, hope for the best. But maybe BrainySmurf is not around either. Maybe Gargamel did finally get him. I never liked that BrainySmurf dude anyway. Papa Smurf I'm cool with, but BrainySmurf, so nerdy and not in a good way. Not a fan, so I'm gonna abort and play someone else. What about Jarekson? Time for e4. Jarekson is not here either. I'm starting to take it personal. There would be like 4 guys in a row that didn't show up for the Banterthon. Even though people have probably understood, nah, you know what, I want to play a proper Grandmaster. This guy Jan, he's playing like an 1800 player. Not gonna be able to do it. No one's here. No one wants to play with me. Abort. Who could be around? Maybe Janis Vincent. I have a feeling Janis is not here either. But I'll keep trying my luck. And you know what? I'll play the King's Gambit if you're here. Or the Mora Gambit. Another terrible gambit. It's Gambit time on this family-friendly show on Chess24, where no blood is being shed, but pawns are being sacrificed at the altar. Believe it or not, when I was a very young man, like 11, 12, I thought the Mora Gambit was the greatest invention since sliced bread, and I played it quite a bit even in tournament games. I quickly wisened up and realized being a pawn down is not such a great thing. So, what is this stuff? Is this theory? I guess it's theory. Pity I have no clue how to play the Mora Gambit. Rook here or queen? Let's put the queen here. I vaguely recall there were some lines where you're supposed to put something to d5, sacrifice, put the pedal to the middle, but I'm not sure. g6 I've never seen. Feels risky. And I have to jump at the opportunity and offer this fake knight sacrifice. If he takes ed, then he is in a world of hurt, because I don't even know if he is, but I felt like I was at least getting my piece back, and I can ignore this situation for a while. Now would this make it a real sacrifice? Not sure I'm into real sacrifices. Rook c1, ed, h6. dc, hg, c7, queen e8. Looks fun. It's probably no good for me, but why not entertain ourselves a little bit? The line I was calculating, in case you weren't following, is takes, pawn to h6, pawn takes c6, pawn takes g5, c7, queen to e8, rook to e1, bishop to f6, and I'm a piece down, but his pieces are a bit all over the place, so it looked like an interesting position at the very least, even though it might not be good. After ed, h6, I also can go bishop h4. He goes h6 immediately, which is spoiling all of our fun. Pity, but maybe more circumspect decision, if that's a word. Can I continue trying to sacrifice things? Very tempted to sacrifice everything. Maybe not, though. Maybe I have to play normally. Don't want to. Yeah, but I don't see anything. Probably, with hindsight, had I known he's not going to accept my great sacrifice, it was a little wiser to go knight f6 check and go for an attack over there instead of this rook c1 move. But what to do? That's life in the Mora Gambit. If you can't get the job done, you might end up a pawn down. I do still have pretty decent compensation here though, so it's not all terrible. I'll just mess around a little bit, try to put his pieces on squares where they might not be too happy. Of course, black has a pretty solid construction, so will take some work to create inroads into his position. King h7, at least that means he's also not quite sure what to do next. And I will bring some reserves. a7, self-pinning. That's normally a bad idea. Bishop c5, let's do queen b8. Even though queen b8, I can take on d7. Queen d8. Still not over. That looks good. Queen d8, bishop b6, and knight c8, I have rook takes b7, knight b6, rook a7. Picking up some material. Therefore, I'm not sure what he's supposed to do. I believe rook a7 was just too much. Loose pieces drop off, as they say. Ah, this actually works for him. Now he has queen c8. No reason to resign, Yanis. I thought I was crushing you too, but there is this move, queen c8, and if rook e7, queen c5, well, bishop a7, queen d7, and you maintain the material balance. Nothing too bad has happened. So that was a premature resignation. Sorry, Yanis Vincent. Let's play Olgaerts Indrisans. Apologies for me not pronouncing that correctly. Where's he from? Latvia. If he's there. There he is, goes d4. No more fooling around. Back to my mainstream boring openings. Tighten the tie. Good old Catalan. Who does not love a little Catalan? I'll take the pawn. Bishop e7, my main repertoire, blah blah blah. You've seen me play both many times, I'm sure. The pawn grab is something I prefer doing in Blitz, because it is a pawn. I'm not convinced of its objective value, because a line with e3, queen e2 is quite good for white. Since I keep saying that in every show, people are probably aware of it. Normally I play b5 here. Bishop d6 is a move that got a modest following at some point, trying to go for a quick e5. But I believe that white is also better here, so not a big fan of this either. And another problem, not sure how to play this position. b3, bishop b2 makes a lot of sense because he's stopping me from going for e5, since at the moment b7 is weak, so I'm going rook b8. Still intending to leash out with e5 or b5, e5, but black is a little worse in all these positions. Rook d1, can I go e5? No. I'll try. Of course, after these simplifications, I'm still not better, like black shouldn't have any problems here. But it's not exactly a winning position if he plays queen c3 or knight d2 or whatnot. He goes queen c3. Maybe it's best to just exchange queens and accept that it's equal, but I don't want to. I wanna screw around instead. Which is risky. C7 is loose, and I'm not sure I have any resources for a kingside attack here, really. So, objectively, probably a highly dubious choice. But, looked like more fun. I can win a pawn with f3, bishop h3, queen c7. I was hoping I would generate some compensation somehow, but not 100% sure if there is any, really. It's just hopes. But maybe there is. Takes a knight d5. Might be a decent way to play then. Looks like I lucked out on this one. But in fairness to me, my spider sense told me there should be something here. And sometimes a good old spider sense is right. Now yeah, white has problems because queen c5, knight f4 wins the queen. And else knight takes e3 is very tough to parry. Guess he's gonna try g4. When I have a bunch of good options. I could just move my queen anywhere, let's say h6. Then cash in. I think I'll do that. Could also go knight e3 first, but nothing wrong with a little patience. Have a little patience. Yeah, now it's just lost because I'm gonna take everything and I'll be material up with a better position and with a weak white king, so I should cope. Pin. Check. Attack. Really, no need to do a lot of banter, just the occasional word once here, every now and then, will describe things. And Olgaerts Idris Sons resigns. Thanks for the game. Let's play Makar Tractor. Time for another e4. What kind of name is that? Makar Tractor. Nice profile pic. Doesn't tell us where he's from. Interesting name. I'll Google it. Makar Tractor. No, it doesn't seem to mean anything. Profile on many a site, but can't find an explanation. It looks like he's not here. So we're gonna abort that one as well. Can't win them all. And let's play Mr. Zimba 7. Goes e4. Maybe it's time for Caro-Kann. Caro-Kann fun. Caro-Kann fun. a6 is not a try this at home move, but the main lines are a bit boring with de4 and bishop f5. I believe knight c3 is not very critical, and black is fine after de bishop f5. But sometimes you gotta mix it. And h3 is an excellent move, stopping knight f3, bishop g4. So once again, I'm surprised. What is going on here? Playing with fire here, trying to provoke e5. Looks like he doesn't want to go e5. Fair enough. So, time to simplify. That's not a word in any language. In general, in these positions, it always looks natural to go knight f6, knight d5, but there is something to be said for keeping this knight on d7 for a moment as well to support c5. So I'm gonna go with that one. Bishop e3, whatever. Time to develop a little bit. At one point I'm gonna go knight f6, knight d5 probably, but it makes sense to throw in an earlier c5. This bishop wants to be on this diagonal, or at least that's what he's told me in confidence. So his wish shall be heard. And yeah, the position, no, I don't think I'm better. It's probably roughly equal. But given my slightly experimental opening play, that's not such a bad outcome. Is it time to do something aggressive? I don't know, but it feels like it could be. Knight e6 or knight a4? Or queen c6 first. So many options, so little time. I keep saying that, it doesn't even make sense. It's probably the tagline to some dumb movie. That's how it entered my head. And, you know what? I want to keep like one rook on the board. Objectively, it might be better to just exchange them all, but more fun to have some attacking potential at least. Long break. c4. Is that a good move? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. What do I know? I'll mindlessly push my pawns up the board. c5. Something's a little off here, as usual. Can I do this? That was my plan. Targeting this dude and this dude. I'm not sure if it works, but at least I had an idea. Gimme. Now, if I'm not miscounting, I am a piece up, which is good news. I guess I do have to play queen b7. I kind of want to play knight f4. Not sure if it works. Queen c4 check, king h8. I'm threatening e2, so it might work. But nah, it's too nutty. Just take. Before anything bad happens, certainly blundered enough today. Let's get out of this diagonal. What's the material balance? He only has one pawn for the piece, so I should just be winning. In spite of my best efforts to complicate matters. Piece is a piece. No kill. Maybe there's no kill yet. So I'm gonna have to be patient. Not my hobby. I'll activate Mr. Bishop just in case his services are needed. I think we'll get by without him, but it can't hurt to have him contributing, at least a little bit. We're not asking you to do much around here, Mr. Bishop, but you know, at least show up for work, control this diagonal, and don't chill there on g7 in hiding all the time. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let's go home. Brilliant. Can we please go home? No going home. The thrills of playing chess. Now, can we go home now? Now we can go home. Thanks for the game. Zimba 7. Okay, 2 more games and then it's over to Mr. Piotr. Let's play Aldisto. Let's see what Aldisto wants to do. Another Nimzo? No, he does this stuff. I'll play this mainly because it's always a move or a problem for me. It's not a move or a problem for guys who regularly play the Queen's Gambit declined, but I find this move a little annoying. I'm sure it's all kind of theory. A6 asking me to do something, either c5 or cd5. But nah, I'll keep doing nothing. I'm very hard to be motivated to do anything. So another one of my many problems, my many character flaws. So aggressive, Mr. Aldisto. Let's hope it doesn't backfire. All this violence. There's kids watching. No. There's many tempting options already. I'm not sure if anything wins directly. Bishop f6, for example, he has to go gf in order to not run into knight d5, knight e4, sorry. But as I said, it's not exactly the end of the game. Problem is, if I play quietly, I'm not sure how much I've accomplished. Nah, I'll try to grab some material. That is my style. Not sure if this works or if it was a good decision. Probably not, actually. But at least tried to grab a pawn. But no, wasn't a very good decision. He's getting to develop a bit too quickly now. Bishop b7 with tempo. Ooh, d7 very deep. Gonna go b4? We'll find out. That was too sophisticated. Just go bishop b7, win a tempo. He tried to activate his rook first, but who has that kind of time? Now it's just game over. Because f8 is also hanging, since I carefully included bishop h7 check like 18 moves ago. Lost all trust of our premium members. No one resigns against me anymore, a piece down, because they've seen me do outrageous things all through the day. And what is a piece down against good old Jan? He's gonna find a way to bungle it. Can't blame them. But I think I more or less got my mojo back. I've been crushing you guys over the last couple games, so it's now that I'm starting to feel it, it's time to end the show and hand over to the great Peter Svidler, who will probably crush you guys as well, but he's less of a flagger than me, so I guess you might be able to win the occasional game on time or get the gentlemanly draw offer when both sides are low on time, that kind of stuff. That would never happen against me, but of course he is one of the best players in the world, so we are very honored to have Peter joining this very silly exercise of playing Blitz for 72 hours. Well, this game is still ongoing. I haven't paid tons of attention because I was thinking my extra piece should get the job done eventually. But Aldisto clearly does not share that opinion, and he's hanging in there still. It should work. Pawn is a pawn. HG, come on, that's not exciting. Go H5 at least, rook G3, and try to push my rook around. Now, the odds are in my favor. Even though I've been playing slowly, maybe that's what he's counting on. But I can always activate flagging mode. And Aldisto has seen enough. Thanks for the game. Let's play another one. Probably one more. Maybe two more, depending on how fast we get through this one. And depending if Palioxis is in town. Oops, that's probably the wrong screen. Let's see if Palioxis is with us today. If he could make it. Or not. He's combining e6 and g6, which conventional wisdom says you shouldn't do because it's leaving some dark square holes around it. My guess is he wants to build a hippopotamus with h6, d6, 97, b6, a6. But looks like I guessed wrong. He wants to go play a French modern hybrid. Looks nice for me though. My h-pawn is already doing damage over there. Can't decide if I want to go h6 or hg6 or neither of the above. So many choices. I guess I'll do nothing for now. Leave my choices open. Does he want a castle? I wouldn't mind encouraging castles. But nah, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll keep messing around over here. Weird pre-move, because I'm not sure that move should be pre-moved or played at all. But pre-moving's fun. Who doesn't like to pre-move? My plan is to go queen f3 and queen f7 checkmate. That's about the extent it's been planned out so far. Looks like Palioxis is not on board with that plan. That's very disappointing. Can't blame him though. I'll still try. This is by no means a genius combination. It's more desperation because my plan backfired. So I thought I have to bail out. Oops, and I shouldn't pre-move that. He could have gone knight d4 when g4 would have been a really, really bad pre-move. Enough with the pre-moving already. Trying to calculate bishop g5, gf looks good for me. And yeah, queen b6, gf also looks good for me. So maybe things aren't too bad. Can you do that? Maybe. Hard to believe he can get away with this. But okay. Wasn't exactly spoiled for choice either. However, this is a double check, doppelschach as we say. Queen gives check and the pawn gives check. So you can't take both. Not a hard choice. King g8 is mate in one, so king e8 is the only move that keeps the game going. Then queen f7 and g7 looks quite unpleasant, I thought. This I can pre-move, since once again he only has one legal move. Practical advice, Palioxis, if you only have one legal move, you might as well execute it quickly and then take it from there. Yeah, take a second to decide how to react here. I don't really want to go bishop e3 because queen b2 could be annoying. So I have to put my king into the great wide open. All my hopes are resting on the small shoulders of Gary the G-pawn. No, it's Goran the G-pawn, right? I think I call him Goran. Who will yield me a rook. Still, it's too early to resign, Palioxis. Go knight c5 and hope for something good to happen with a weak king. Alright, it's 4:52, so I think we can squeeze in one more quick game before Peter Svidler takes over. And we'll play against Taki. What's Taki? Is that like a Barca fan who likes tiki-taka and he thought he should combine it in one name? I don't know. And is he around? Maybe he's not around. Where you at? Or maybe people are around, but they know that if they get to play me now, then maybe their chances are worse of playing Peter because they already played someone. So they're not making with me. They're not playing with me on purpose. They're going into hiding, which is sort of rude, and I do take it personally. But still smart strategy for the guys who want to play Peter. So I don't blame them. Having said that, it's probably going to be impossible to get a game from here on. So why keep trying? Viringa, did I try to play Viringa earlier on? I thought I did. Not sure I succeeded. Oh, but someone's here. Appreciate it, Mr. Viringa. Thanks for showing up. I will, after c6, I believe, playing whatever we call this London system hybrid makes a little more sense because it takes black 2 moves to get his pawn to c5. So in general, I'm not a big fan of all these London system things that have swept the nation, but here I think it could be justified. Still, I'm very quickly misplaying it, so don't you worry about that. Well, Viringa seems cool, calm and collected, looks like. It's not the first time he's seen this. He's blitzing out all his moves. Well, queen d8 took a minute. Now, yeah, typical structure, where I guess white is a little better. f6, g5, very aggressive. He's trying to checkmate me right out of the gate. Not gonna be able to do it. I can't watch this without doing anything about it, so I'll grab some space on the queen side at least. g4, I might just take when I would probably regret, but I do have those pawn grabbing reflexes. Should g7 feels like an invitation into his living room on d6, and who can turn down such a polite invitation? Best move is bishop f8 back, when I'll probably play with his feelings by going back to h2 once and then think about it. Van Drown, this bishop is a bit of a pain to deal with, or at least I would hope so. f5, more weaknesses. No, this escalated quickly, Viringa. You should be in trouble now. He wants to go g4. I just refuse to believe you can play like this. Maybe he doesn't care what I refuse to believe. He's just gonna do it. Won't be bullied into conventions by me. What's wrong with having the king on e6? Very free spirit. But I'll still punish him for all these sins. High sparrow style. what is the most severe punishment in this situation? I don't know. The king in the center should do the job for me, really. Fearless he is. Let's give a check. It's fun to give a check, isn't it? Like, even when it doesn't make sense. Like after c5, I haven't thought this through at all. But it's so hard to resist giving a check sometimes. I feel like I need some more contributors. Not to this Banterthon, because there's lots of guys doing this. Pepe Cuenca, of course, my main partner in crime, but Peter Svidler is going to take over in a couple minutes, so we can look forward to that. And then there is Niklas Huschenbeit, who's going to join the show, Sopiko Guramishvili. Hang on, let me not blunder my coin while plugging. Not plugging, just listing all these people. Sopiko Guramishvili already did a thing. Paco Vallejo, the Spanish #1, 2700 player, just qualified for the World Cup, is gonna join the program on whatever day that is, Thursday. So yeah, we got a lot of big names coming up, and you guys wanna stay tuned. I'll be back for the night shift, which starts at 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. Well, Viringa is really pushing it with his king in the center. I could win an exchange with knight c6, but I don't want to. I want to enjoy his king on e5 a little more. So what was I saying? Ah yeah, Svidler, now after that me, then Pepe again, then I believe Niklas, then maybe Ilya. I don't know, I haven't seen the schedule. I guess we have a news article up that will keep you guys posted about all the exciting developments, and I should wrap up this game at some point. Will I be able to do it though? So much fun to play against this king on e5, so I just want to keep it going somehow. But normally that kind of arrogance does backfire sooner rather than later. Still, I enjoy this king here. I'm just gonna make moves that try to stop this king from going back. And Viringa does not need a lot of encouragement to keep his king in the middle. He's coming. He's here, have no fear. Okay, this is probably like mate in 2, but the question is, can I spot a mate in 2? Nothing I normally do. Maybe quiet move is what has to be done. This is really not only very arrogant, but also very risky. Nah, I'll control myself and grab the rook. I'm pretty sure it was mate in 2, but I really couldn't spot it. So if in doubt, take their pieces. And that wraps up my session. Terrible, terrible start, but I got it together a little bit, which makes me slightly more optimistic or less pessimistic about tonight. For now, I'm done. Have lots of fun with our friend Grandmaster Peter Svidler, who will be crushing you guys from St. Petersburg, crushing you from a distance. Queen c2 was not mate in 1, e3 was hanging. Come on, guys. Mate in 2 I might miss. Mate in 1 I don't miss. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have fun with Peter. See you back tonight. Later.